On the 9th Sunday of Christmas, Sharon shared with me a little treat holder or a place setting for a holiday dinner, however you want to view it. This holds a little chocolate snowman, a Ghirardelli chocolate snowman that I found at Walmart. It does hold some other things too, but it does need to be relatively small because this mini pocket envelope, when closed, measures about 3 1/4 by a little over 2 inches. This will hold a gift card as well, so that's also a nice little treat. Let's see how to make it. Here is my brand new mini pocket envelope dies collection, and it comes with this mini pocket envelope die. This is what does all the work, and then there are pieces for labels, tags, some decorations. These would be hole reinforcers right here that would punch a hole. This would punch, I think, a more rectangular hole. And this is a ribbon that goes with this bow that you can make. I'm going to use these two for today's project. I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I need my number 1, number 2, number 3 plates. I'm going to take a piece of our vellum cardstock, and this is a half sheet, so 5.5 by 8.5. You can see I've already cut one out, so this will cut out 2. Let's see if I can arrange that. Let's see. I think it cuts out 2. Yeah, there we go. Nope, not that direction. There we go. Just gonna slide this over just a tad. There we go. I'm gonna cut off this extra part now that I've told you that you could get 2 from 1. When you are getting 2 from 1, you do want to make sure that you are cutting as close to the edges as possible. I'm just going to sandwich this in here with another 3 plate. Don't worry about those cracks. My plates are getting old. They're getting tired. They're complaining a little bit. And here you can see we have our piece. Now, I'm not sure if it shows up on camera, but there are some scored lines in here, which will make it easy to put together. I'm going to bring in a piece of crumb cake and stamp on it with Early Espresso ink. My greeting is coming from Sweet Candy Canes. I've chosen the Christmas cheer, but this is certainly a favor that could go for multiple seasons. I'm gonna stamp it right here. And then when I die cut it, I want to die cut it so that the greeting is to the right of this tag a little bit. We'll bring back our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Get this placed just how we want it. And put our number 3 plate over it again. We'll run that through. And that's all the die cutting we're going to do. We do, however, still have to stamp something else. I'm bringing in my Penguin Place. I mentioned during my Friday Night Live that I would be pulling this out again. And I'm going to use this little tree right here. Get a little block. I'm going to come in with two different colors. One is mint macaron and the other is evening evergreen. Stamp once in the mint and once in the evening evergreen. And because that one's darker, I don't need to clean off my stamp in between. Here we go. Now I'm going to cut these out. So this idea came about after I saw a fellow demonstrator post her version, which was very similar, on one of my Facebook groups for demonstrators. She had gone to Onstage, which is the convention that I had just attended, and she brought these little gifts for her table mates, which were her team members. And I thought, oh, what a great idea. Perfect for place settings at the holidays too. And so simple to make. But it's one of those things that's simple to make. Obviously, cutting out this tree takes a little bit of time, but that time speaks volumes about what you think of the recipient. You obviously cared enough to take the time to make something special. Sure, you could have just given chocolate, but packaging is the wow behind the chocolate. Now, obviously, if it's good chocolate, that's the wow too. We're going to be putting some Ghirardelli snowmen in the holder. I don't really like cutting on camera. I always feel like it takes me longer. Probably doesn't. It feels like it does. These trees are itty bitty, and there's not a ton of difficult cutting. Just cut in and out and go around the way the tree goes. Something you can do while watching TV, Netflix, waiting for Christmas cookies to be done. I think I'm going to make these for our staff Christmas party at work. I know there's probably one of you on here that might be attending that party, so act surprised. All right, we're going to bring in our envelope. And remember those score lines. I'm going to take my bone folder and fold on those lines, these score lines. And let's see, which way does it want to fold? It wants to fold this way. I'm going to burnish that. There's one over here. So these are the tabs that allow you to adhere everything together. And then there's this one that folds right over in half, and see, it will line up like that. So here's our little envelope. We need to put a little adhesive here and here. Now you can use the glue if you'd like to. I'm going to use tear and tape. And the tear and tape is actually a little wide for these pieces here, but I'm going to line it up with this bottom, and then I'll show you how to just make sure that you don't have any excess where you don't want it. Just going right up to the edge here and tearing. So the green glue does work as well. It just takes a little bit to set up, and I don't have the patience. So there's a little extra here, and I don't want it sticking to the bottom, so I'm going to just kind of fold this up and curl it over. It really is not very noticeable. It's just if you get off a little bit. So you just kind of bring it up over here. And then we're going to fold that over. And there is our envelope pouch. Now we need to decorate it. I'm going to bring in this piece that I just cut. Oh, I forgot to, we're going to be folding this over as well. And I just fold it over right over at the top here. This will fit a gift card, but we're putting chocolate in it. I'm gonna put this here, and my trees will go over the front like this. Isn't that cute? So let's show you how to adhere this. The trees stick down a little bit, so you have to be a little cognizant of where your trees are going to go. This one's going to go up high, and this one's going to go a little lower, but it's going to run off a little bit, so I only want to put glue on the upper portion of it. I'll hold that down, and there we go. That's that. Almost done. We're going to bring in our dimensionals, and we're going to bring in some linen thread. Now I've found that I think it's about 16 inches of thread, something like that. I wrap it around and then I go another width of this or length of that. I'm going to put my dimensionals on the back here, and I'm putting them in the center because I want my linen thread to be nailed down by that. So we'll put this like here. We'll pretend we're starting to wrap it around. Just add this right here. We'll stick it down. Now we just need our treat. Found these guys at Walmart, and I'm gonna, because it's Christmas, I'm gonna go ahead and put the peppermint one in there. He fits nicely. We'll close it up, and then all we have to do is tie this in a bow. Now here's a little hint. If you are just taking this off the roll, go ahead and run it through your fingers a little bit, maybe even dampen your fingers, and that will get the coil out of it a bit. Because the coil does make it harder to tie. But of course, I forgot to do that before I started wrapping, so we'll just have to live with the issue of trying to make coiled thread work. And that's not quite tight enough for me because I love tying bows on camera. I'm going to do it again. Said with all the sarcasm I could muster. And so there is our little treat. You can trim the ends if you want to. And wouldn't this just make a darling little place setting? You could, instead of Christmas cheer, you could add the person's name if it's to be a place setting. Or you could make up a bunch of these, and when you're out and about at the bank or going through the drive-through or just Christmas shopping, hand this to somebody and wish them a Merry Christmas, or just give them something to brighten their day. I'm sure they will love it. And that is your 9th Sunday of Christmas.